Italia și Franța se pare că impun ca sub parcurile fotovoltaice să se practice agricultura. Agrivoltaicul devine așadar agricultura viitorului, un viitor nu atât de îndepărtat precum ne-am putea imagina. Un proiect ambițios este pe care să devină realitate în Danemarca. Ideea de agrivoltaic, care presupune utilizarea panourilor solare în agricultură pentru a produce energie și posibilitatea de a produce hrană pe același teren, este însă dusă și mai departe. În testele danezilor sunt incluși roboți care vor asigura treptat plivirea, însămânțarea și chiar recoltarea în sistem agrivoltaic.
Agrivoltaic este conceptul care promite să vină la pachet cu energie, dar și recolte de pe același teren. Avantajele lui sunt descoperite acum pas cu pas într-un proiect pe cât de îndrăzneț, pe atât de necesar în toată Europa.
We are in Denmark and we see here a pilot project regarding the agri-photovoltaic. So it's an interesting project. That's why AgroJurnal is here in Denmark to explain to the farmers, I know, the future maybe. To say it's about the future, yes?
Yes, that's the hope.
It's about the future, you hope. This is a project you have started by now, just
yes.
these days.
Yeah, we received funding earlier this year, innovation funding for this project that we're doing together with Aarhus University, whose grounds we are at right now.
Panourile fotovoltaice din agrivoltaic sunt amplasate la o distanță mai mare de sol, astfel încât sub ele să poată fi realizată și producția agricolă.
This place was seeded few weeks ago.
Yes.
1 month, no?
Yeah, something like
ago, somewhere. And here we have what do you have here under the solar panels?
So we have mustard over here. It's a cover crop that we just have in to keep the ground active in the winter. And then we have winter wheat over here that we expect to have some first results on in the spring.
Okay. How do you manage this system? Because some of them are oblique, you know, and some of them are horizontal.
When we do that, we produce some 15-20% more than when we have panels just facing towards the south, as what you normally see with solar panels. They go to flat during the night and stay like that, and that's also the wind stow mode. So when we have a storm coming, then it's a big benefit that we can turn the panels flat to not catch a lot of wind. Of course, hard to use the light 2 times, both for energy production and for plant growth. Mm-hmm. But the thing is that there are much more than the amount of light that hits the crops that determines how they grow. So in Denmark we have a lot of wind, so they provide some shelter from the wind that we have this structure. It also have the benefit that you make a little bit of a microclimate inside the field with a little bit raised temperature. And it also has the benefit that due to the shade you have on the ground, you conserve moisture in the land. It's not a big concern here in Denmark with a lot of rain and dark days, but when you go towards the south of Europe where there's a drought, then it could be a big benefit that you have some shade from the sun and you keep moisture in the ground.
Are you going to keep the solar panels vertical as well?
No. So the maximal they can turn to is 60 degrees. Mm-hmm. So right now they're about 45. They can go a bit further. Mm-hmm. And when we go up, like what is shown here, then we have room to go in with very big machines and work in the rows. So it gives us a gate to work in the field. The expectation is multifold. So we want to confirm that we get the energy production that we expect from this site. Yeah. And the big question there is how much extra energy do we lose because we have farm work in the field. So you expect to have more dust in the air from the machines that will settle on the panels and that will take away some performance. We also expect to have an increased risk of stone throw damages to the panels. How big we want to assess in this pilot. And then I think the very big unknown is how well will the crop thrive in this system. And there we need to look across many different crops and across many different years to have a varying season to look at. As a project developer, we want to be able to talk to the farmers about what can they expect from their fields if we turn it into an agri-PV site instead of a conventional farming field.
Expect to produce energy and to have much more productions. You know?
Yeah, so right now the target is to have 80%. 80% of the crop yield and 80% of the energy yield as we would have seen in a conventional site. But if we add those two up together, then we arrive at 160% production from the same area. And that's really the benefit of this. It's dual use of the land, that we can do two things on the same area.
Iar energia produsă aici va merge în sistemul național și nu numai.
That's something that we also consider as a benefit for the future, that farming machines will have access to energy within the field. That could be a requirement.
What's the cost on hectare?
We expect something like 10-15% above what we would build a conventional solar park for, conventional tracker solar park for.
You have how many crops here? 1, 2?
Yes, so right now there are 3
5?
crops here. We will have, I think it's 5 different crops in rotation when we go. And now we talked about the crop system and the energy system, but there's also 2 more targets that we are exploring in this project. And one is biodiversity. So under the rows of panels, we have 2 meters where we don't have farming crops.
Yes.
But we want to plant natural habitats for pollinators and predatory insects, and hope that will allow us to not use the pesticides within the field. And the second one is robotic farming. So we plan to explore robots for doing a lot of the farm work here, because we also expect that will be part of the future agricultural practice.
What kind of robots? Robots for harvesting, robots for seeding, robots
not harvesting, for seeding and for what's called
yes, for
cleaning out.
Robot making precision.
Yes, exactly. Yes. And also for documenting how everything is going. So we're gonna have cameras hooked up to those robots that are gonna go around the field, so we can see how are the plants growing throughout the season.
Roboții necesari în agrivoltaic sunt dezvoltați tot în cadrul universității.
Și dacă vorbim despre roboți care să lucreze în sistemul acesta de nouă tehnologie de agrivoltaic, care la nivel european, în Italia și Franța, de exemplu, devine obligatorie aproape, iată că avem aici un robot care va fi destinat unei astfel de exploatări, așa cum am văzut-o mai devreme în acel program pilot care se pune pe picioare în aceste momente. So, this is the robot. It's seeding, weeding.
Yeah, this is a field robot we can use in the field. We can use in our agri PV system, more or less like a tractor, but it is guided using satellites to operate in the field. And on this we can put a number of sensors where we can see how the crops are performing. But it's also a tool carrier.
I understood very well. This is weeding as well, this robot?
Yes, this is the weeding.
And it's very important because this is the technology is missing right now.
Yeah.
Weeding without pesticides, herbicides and
exactly.
Whatever, yes?
And we have special tools here for weeding. And doing that, we have to be very precise where the crops are, so we can actually do the operation without harming the crops, so we can do in between the rows, and we can actually put a lot of different tools on this machinery, and this is just a carrier of it. And
when you say future, you say future in the next 1, 2, 3, 4 years?
No, I think we can do a lot. We actually have a camera system on this where we can see what kind of weeds we have in the crop. We can do something already now. We have the knowledge about crops, how do they grow, what are the limitations for crop growth, and we are trying to address that in a system like this. We'll do it by having looking into what does the impact of shading, what will that be on crop growth, but we will also go and actually try to utilize robots in a system like that. When I say robots, I mean field robots that can go in the fields, and they are new technology which are going in and going to be used in agriculture in the future. Look at the system here. Yeah. What do we have here? We have a lot of energy here.
Yes.
And in the future, we may be able to give the robots the energy directly from a site like this, so we can have a system here where we can field robots running in a system here where we have solar panels.
How many days on an year has Denmark with sun? Because no sun since 2 days I came here in Denmark.
We are very far to the north, so there's a very big difference between summer and winter. So we have a very big annual variation. There of course, and the day length really vary a lot. But how many days? Even though the sun is not shining, there will be some energy production as well, and because there will be some diffuse light. Robots, when we are going to use them, we really would like them to be in an environment where they don't get into contact with people, because we don't want people to get be harmed by the robots. There are of course a lot of safety measures here, and when we are in a solar park, we are usually in a fenced environment. So that is a very nice environment for robots. We are trying to see if we can have solar energy production, we can have crop production, we can do it in a futuristic way by introducing robots. That is what we are trying to do here.
Deși pentru România poate părea așadar science fiction, iată, pentru Danemarca este deja un proiect pilot pentru a pune în practică în viitor astfel de tehnologii noi, atât energie fotovoltaică, cât și, așa cum vedem, cultură mare în câmp care poate aduce profit fermierilor.